Hey everyone, what's up? This is Disney 65 in here, and today I'm going to do a review of a movie that I loved as a child. It's still one of my favorite films of all time, animated films that is. It is, of course, The Swan Princess. Okay, so The Swan Princess, as you may know, is based off a. Sorry about the glare behind me. Anyway, The Swan Princess is basically based on a play called Swan Lake, which it's from the same people that did the Nutcracker. Oh god, begins I think it's Tcrishovy. Tehishki. It's like a Russian play. Of course, New Line Cinema decided to do their own version of the classic ballet based on that, which features the voices of Michelle Nicastro, Howard McGillen, Jack Palance, John Cleese, and that guy who talks like this. I forget who his voice. Stephen something is his name. And of course, it tells the story about this princess named Odette, who, of course, her parents want her to marry a prince from another land called Derek, who's like a couple of years older than her, voiced by Howard McGillen. And of course, each summer, the two of them have to meet up, like I said, every summer, and of course, they fall in love eventually. But of course, a evil warlock named Rothbart, voiced by Jack Palance, wants a death for himself, kind of like Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, and he of course transforms Odette into a swan. When the moon comes up, she turns into a. What gosh, how does it go again? Oh god. When the moon goes down, she becomes a swan. When the moon rises, she becomes a human again. And the only way to break it is with true love's kiss. True love. Oh yeah, the power of love is the only way to stop it. Yeah, this movie tries, and I mean tries so hard to be like a Disney movie. It's got the same animation as a Disney classic, as a Disney animated film. It's got the same music. You think the music is done by Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz. I don't know why, but the music is like something of that Alan Menken would do. But yeah, I love the yeah. But aside from that, I love the animation. I mean, the animation is gorgeous. There was also a movie exactly like Swan Princess, same characters but different name of the prince. It was called Barbie of Swan Lake, which is on Netflix, by the way. Saw it a couple of days ago, and I was like, "Good God, this animation's like food fight." It was terrible compared to the 1994 version, which is like hand drawn. And I love hand drawn movies. I actually miss them so much. Um, but yeah, I liked the animation in the Swan Princess. The characters are good as well. You know, Odette kind of reminds me of Taylor Swift. I don't know why. But she kind of reminds me of Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. Like the bangs and the long blonde hair, and she's got like red nail varnish, like red polish, and she's very kind of the damsel in distress. I was going to say Eric, Prince Eric. Jesus, Derek. He is a big whiner. Oh my god, he never stops whining. He kind of reminds me of Garrett from the Quest of Camelot. I think it's because both companies did the same movie, except Warner Brothers had their own. Didn't disrupt with New Line Cinema, because the Swan Princess is a New Line Cinema animated film. It's the only New Line Cinema film that was animated, because after that it was like 20th Century Fox did Disney with Anastasia. Then another company did Thumbelina. Was it? Oh yeah, 20th Century Fox did Thumbelina, and the last one was like Warner Brothers, which was the Scarecrow, which is so underrated. I haven't seen Scarecrow. Do watch that, because that was the last Diet Disney. What I mean by Diet Disney is like it's basically where a company would disguise themselves as Disney, like kind of disguise their marketing and went, oh hey, this is a Disney movie, and then you watch the movie and you watch the distributor saying, oh yeah, Warner Brothers presents, or New Line Cinema presents, or 20th Century Fox, and you're like, this isn't a Disney movie. You know, it plays out beat by beat by beat of what Swan Princess is. Also, okay, now the story. I am ranting here, but I love this film, so I'll tell you why I like it in a few minutes. Yeah, the story. I love the story in this movie. I like the the setup because the movie, like I said previous, with Aurora looking like, no, Odette looking like Aurora. The movie, you could say, is exactly the same as Sleeping Beauty, only a better version because the characters talk and all that. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of Sleeping Beauty in a lot of ways. What I mean by that is, like, you got this great animal who was like the dragon in Sleeping Beauty. Well, not really, but kind of that. You know, the opening is like taken straight out of Sleeping Beauty. The whole, like, where you've got Odette who's like a baby. You've got Prince Derek. Why am I calling Prince Derek for? Prince Derek is like, if I had to choose the age gap between Odette and Prince Derek, I would probably say 5, 7 years in difference. So when they grow up, she was probably 18 when he'd be like 25 years of age. So 25 and 18. That's what my theory of it is. Um, yeah, also the music is very good. I love the song For Longer Than Forever, which is like the A Whole New World kind of vibe to it. That song, This Is My Idea, which is like 7 minutes long. It's like a whole montage of Odette from being a child to being an adult. Well, from being a teenager to being an adult. Um, what are songs in it? No Fear, that's on. We're off on a mission. We're talking a condition. No fear. It's also a song, a villain song. The villain song is that No More Mr. Nice Guy. I got love to eat my lunches. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Not for me. Do 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 do. And I was like, yeah. And Rothbart's villain is like an old woman. I think her name was Agatha or Helen. I think it was Ellen or Helen. I think it was Helen. Because in the other sequels, yes, there's like about 6 or 7 sequels after this movie, and I'll tell you a few minutes about them. I think her name was Elga, I think Helga. Yeah, she's the villain, like the hench woman of Rothbart, and there's one scene like where she had to disguise herself as Odette, so the prince would fall in love with the wrong woman, and yeah. Um, what else is there? So many, but yeah. Overall, I love the Storm Princess. I've always loved it since I was a child. I have the video of it still, and the movie is like what? It came out in 1994, so it's like, oh, 25 years old. Oh yeah, it's like 25 years old. The 25th anniversary is this year. Forgot about that. Damn it. Yeah, the Swan Princess is 25 years old this year. It came out at the same time as The Lion King, The Mask. What films came out in 1994? There are only two that popped into my head. But yeah, I thought it was a very good film, Swan Princess. Now for sequels. There is about 7 sequels in this movie. The first 2 after this one, which came out in 1994, were hand drawn, and then the other ones were CGI, and the CGI was terrible. I mean, the main actors were not in it at all because sadly we lost Michelle Nicastro from breast cancer in 2010. She was about 50 years of age. Rest in peace to her. She was in When Harry Met Sally as well as a cameo, I think, as Meg Ryan's best friend, the film. Fun fact. But yeah, despite the fact that this movie is like a real dive Disney, like I said, and the music is like something that anime would do, I overall enjoyed this movie. If you haven't seen The Swan Princess, do watch it. It's very underrated. It's probably the most underrated movie of all time, next to The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I guarantee if Disney remade this movie, like if Disney bought this movie, whatever, like if Disney bought Warner Brothers, and this was a Disney movie, I guarantee it'd be a remake. And it'd probably have like the likes of, I don't know, Taylor Swift as Odette. They'd probably have, oh god, Ansel Elgort as Derek, God only knows. Julie Andrews could be the Queen. Billy Connolly could be like the King. I don't know, but yeah. I really enjoyed this film. Like I said, it's a real feel good animated film. It's definitely up there with the likes of The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, it's up there with those movies for me at least. So yeah, if overall I give this movie, you know what? I give this movie a feck at 5 out of 5. I find nothing wrong with this movie at all. Out of 10, I'd probably give it 7 out of 10 or 8 out. You know what? Screw it, 8 out of 10. I loved it. Like I said, click or whatever, like write down in the comments down below. Have you seen the film? What you think of it? And I will be doing more movie reviews this year. Sadly, because I can't do any more. I can't make more videos anymore because, like I said before, in the past, Stupid Fix is done away with, so I can't make any more videos. Sadly, I miss making them, but look, that's life. So yeah, I know I'm not getting any recognition of all of movie reviews, but I just like putting out what films I like, what films I don't like. So yeah, that's it for me for the Swan Princess rant review, and till next time.